You fall unconscious from heat stroke. Heat stroke? Are we fighting it? We're fighting the Yandere mind control. You had been so foolish and we just believe him. The mind control is so powerful. I don't think I'm ever gonna get away from this man, and that's perfectly fine. I am happy being here. Welcome everyone. Hope you guys are doing well today. Today I will be playing Mushroom Oasis by Dear Sphere Studios on itch.io. In this game, your beloved cat has been missing for a few days. You suspect she's run off into the woods across the street. A bad habit she does whenever she managed to get a paw out of the door behind your back. The forest wasn't known to be dangerous, quite peaceful in fact, but her being an indoor pet has you worried regardless. Though being an indoor person yourself, you wound up wandering far deeper than you intended. Lucky for you, a kind but odd-looking stranger stumbled upon you before anything bad happened. Let's just hope he only has good intentions in bringing you home. So this game was originally a submission to the Yandere Jam of 2023, so that means we have another wonderful Yandere game. I am so excited. This one has been on my list for a while, and I think it's been requested like 2 to 3 times for me to try it out, and I'm so happy I finally get to try it out today. So do know this is not a complete game. It only has days 1 to 3. Depending on how long it takes to play them, this might be 2 separate videos, just letting you guys know in advance. If it is 2 separate videos, the part 2 will be released before the end of next week. As always, I have left links in my description to the itch.io page and the Tumblr page of the creator. If you do end up playing the game, don't forget to comment, what have you, let the creators know how much you enjoyed it. And if you do enjoy this video, don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, what have you. It really helps out with the channel. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. All right, my name, as always. Hear the keyboard. Oh my god, wait, I have 3 kitties, this works. Who would be most likely to escape? Jojo. Jojo has done it once already. This is a total Jojo move. And your cat is... Ooh, male! Oh, wonderful first line. Jojo has been missing for a while now. He was an indoor cat, but had the tenacity of a wild cat on a mission, trying to leave whenever the door was open. Catios and playtime just wasn't enough for the little mister. I figured he'd come running if I left out some food by the porch. 3 days later, still no cat. I've tried everything I could think of. Asking around the neighborhood, putting up missing cat posters. Sadly, nothing came from my efforts. I couldn't search for him during the day since I had work keeping me occupied. And there's only so many hours in the evening I could yell around the streets looking for him. There is only one place left I could think of that he might have ran off to. The woods by my house, right across the street. I've definitely caught him eyeing the birds and squirrels that ran alongside the perimeters from the front window, his teeth clicking in excitement. I was no outdoorsy person by any means. In fact, the thought of going in there scares me. But I had to find him, or at least try. The first weekend that came around, I packed up some water, Jojo's favorite treats, and a compass just to be safe. I wasn't sure where to even begin looking for him, so I started walking in a straight line, calling out his name every few steps. It certainly didn't take long for me to realize I was way in over my head. Oh god, just automatically searching in the nearby forest. I know you can easily get lost in the forest if you just don't pay attention to your surroundings or know where you're going. This 100% could be me. If I had to go look for Jojo out in the forest, I'd be so lost, and somehow Jojo would find his way back home. I just know it. But I'm glad at least we have precaution of taking like a compass and just straight line instead of wandering around. I feel like we should have like markers if we're not using like anything like a GPS for a phone, like navigation maps. Why did I think this was a good idea? Do we tell anyone we're going to the forest actually? Now that I think about it, if you ever go somewhere you're not familiar with, definitely tell someone, hey, I'm going here just to let you know. So if you don't hear from me, something bad may have happened. That's the precaution you need to take. It was hard to find my bearings with the surrounding trees. I didn't want to admit I was lost. At least, not yet. I could only squint down at my compass as the needle spun slowly. Pretty sure they weren't made to do that. Oh my god. If a needle spins, I don't know, does that mean something's wrong, like the magnetism in the area? I don't really know a lot about compasses. Did I really bring a busted compass on my first venture out in these woods? Figured that would just be my luck. The only thing risking my own safety was my own incompetence. I shook my head hastily. No. No time for negativity. Jojo was out there somewhere, cold and lost and hungry. I had to keep going. It's been hours. I'm so lost. I don't even know why I kept searching even after the moment I'd realized that. What did I think this was a good idea? Hunger had been gnawing at my stomach for a while now, having missed breakfast and lunch altogether. The heat and humidity from the afternoon sun was unbearable, but the cooler air did nothing to soothe me. Even if I were to head home, I couldn't even pinpoint where that was. What do people even do in this situation? What are you supposed to do if you get lost in the woods? Usually I hear either you stay in one place to make it easier for someone to find you, or you just walk in one straight direction and hopefully you'll leave the forest some way. I knew it was baseless optimism, but walking onwards was really the only thing I could think of to do. Surely I'll come across something familiar. I trudged on, my shoes carefully avoiding the tree roots intertwined across the forest floor. But in my weakened state, plus the approaching darkness, I found myself stumbling through the rough terrain. My feet hit something soft jutting out of the ground. It's just a root, right? My hand shot out as I lost my balance. My feet clumsily tried to find perches as I wobbled backwards, arms flapping. Poof? Is that a mushroom? Like mushroom spores? No! What do you mean? Are there actual mushrooms that can do that? Now that I think about it, when I think about you stepping on a mushroom and a bunch of spores pop out, I think of it like in a sci-fi way rather than reality. Oh shit. If mushrooms actually can do that, that is actually insane. I don't think I've ever heard of that. My shoe had landed smack dab in a circle of mushrooms, the brunt of it causing a wispy cloud to erupt from the cluster. I stuck my nose in my elbow to avoid breathing it in. I couldn't differentiate one tree leaf from another for the life of me, but I'm pretty sure humans aren't supposed to inhale whatever the hell this was. It smelled strongly of rotten wood and wet dirt, even as it cleared. Something shiny quickly caught my attention. I stooped down to pick it up, gasping under my breath. It was Jojo's collar. Please, oh, please, if you guys, anyone's hearing me, do not bring any harm or pain to this cat. I swear to God. Covered in whatever the hell those mushrooms released, I looked around desperately for any signs of him. Jojo? Jojo? I hope my cat actually doesn't run over since I just called his name. I coughed from inhaling some of the remaining dust floating in the air. I should really steer clear from this. Pocketing Jojo's collar, I retreated carefully until I could breathe again. Stepping back, I could still smell it. It must have stuck to my hair and clothes. A quick once-over confirmed my suspicions with a slight cringe. A thin, yet generous coating of it covered my sleeves and jeans. I leaned against the tree, dusting off my clothes in a naive attempt to get the dust and smell out, to no avail. If anything, it felt like I'm breathing more of it in. What used to be musty now turned sweet. and I found myself inhaling even deeper, trying to pinpoint the smell. Is that bugs flying around? Cucumbers? It smelled like fresh cucumbers. A tingly feeling crept up my hands and neck, pinprick spreading across my limbs as a strange heat reached my face. I started to feel drunk and woozy. My senses were numb. Did the mushroom spores happen to have a bit of a paralyzing effect? It should freak me out. And yet, a strange comfort washed over me. I should lie down. Right now, in fact. My legs gave out from underneath me, my body toppling over at an awkward angle. I laid there and stared and stared and stared. It was nice here. A peaceful calm. The perfect place for a nap, even. My eyes grew heavy as I swam in and out of consciousness. Yeah, a nap sounds really good right about now. And we wake up in someone else's house? Oh. Lots of critters passing through lately. Am I the critter? Sorry this happened to you, little one. It could have been anyone, but it had to be you. Wait. A human? How'd you end up all the way out here? Still breathing, too. Ah, jeez. I can't leave you here. What should I do? I woke with a jolt. It was warm, but comfortably so. I could feel the weight of a blanket on me as I tried to sit up. I couldn't. I couldn't move my body. My fingers twitched uselessly at my side as my eyes darted around in panic. Glancing about, I could see the interior of a cabin, or at least the ceiling of one. I couldn't see much past the corner of my eyes. Where was I? How did I get here? A desperate feeling rose in my chest. I had to leave. Right now. This was wrong. Wrong, wrong. I wasn't meant to be here. I could hear the crackling of a fire nearby, like the source of warmth I had felt on waking up. I could also hear footsteps approaching. Ooh, do we... Oh, wrong. Here we go. I'm gonna pretend to be asleep just to see what happens. I shut my eyes quickly, hoping they hadn't noticed. I slowed down my breathing, willing my face muscles to stay still. From beside me, someone chuckled softly. Oh, well, this is awkward. I already know you're awake, Firefly. Come on now. I'm not gonna hurt you. Oh! Definitely not what I was expecting. Still cute, though. Hi, hey! I fluttered my eyelids, straining to look at the person approaching. My eyes widened as I took in their appearance, the protrusions from their forehead catching my attention. Not to mention the green skin. The stranger didn't sense my unease as they heaved a sigh of relief. You're awake. Stop smiling at me. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's good. Very, very good. How are you feeling? I blinked. Oh. Sorry, I forgot about that. Here. Am I still paralyzed? The person held a cup to my lips, a strong, sweet smell coming from the rim. A gentle hand grabbed my chin to open my mouth. I couldn't even move to resist. Don't worry, it'll help you feel better. I promise. Drink up. drinking strange things from a stranger. Perfectly fine. As the liquid hit my tongue, all I could feel was a vague sense of heat. As I kept drinking, taste and texture returned, the sweetness of berries and chamomile coating my taste buds. I could even detect a hint of mint. I lifted my head finally, hands fisting at my sides as I propped myself onto my elbows. The person kept a steady hand on my chin, and careful not to pour in too much in case I choked. I finished every last drop, wiping my mouth with the back of my hand. I stared at my fingers, realizing I had full autonomy over my body again. Good as new. Now, how are you feeling? We just gotta stop and just take a look at how precious this character is. Oh my god, they're like a... The green skin just automatically makes me think of like a goblin, but it's like a little mushroom and little mushroom horns. Mushroom goblin? Elf? Sprite? Something in that region of species? Good as new. Now, how are you feeling? Better, thank you. The stranger laughed. Oh, I like the way you sound. Let's not start with the compliments, man. I will fold so easily. Been ages since I've talked to anyone, much less with a voice as nice as yours. I brushed off their strange compliment, finally looking around the cabin properly. It was a simple room filled with sparse but decorated wooden furniture, fit for someone living alone. An open archway to the right led to what I assumed was the kitchen. Next to it, a door was closed shut. Possibly the bathroom? Taking it in, there is a common theme of knitted decorations strewn about. Any available surface had patterned knitted tablecloths covering it. An unfinished project lay beside the table, where I sat, a pair of knitting needles jutting out of a pile of yarn from a small basket. As far as I could tell, it looked like the beginnings of a green scarf. The stranger was comfortable and staying silent, observing me as I glanced around. Sorry if it looks like I'm being nosy, I'm just a bit curious to see where am I, honestly. It looks very cozy. Like we got a nice little fireplace here. Yeah, okay. Looks like you have a really nice setup here out in the middle of the woods, I'm assuming. I'm curious to see what it looks like on the outside. They tossed their hat onto the bed, scruffing their hair and making it messier. With their hair off, their unique features were impossible to ignore. Sorry, but what are you? Oh, I didn't introduce myself, did I? Hiya, I'm Mychael with a Y. Hello, Mychael with a Y. I shook my head. No, I meant, Mychael stared at me, their left ear twitching. You look very... He snorted. Ugly? Off-putting? Oh, color tongue! Color tongue! We have color tongue! No! Just different. Different, huh? You're just being nice. Well, then explain yourself. I mean, that's kind of rude, isn't it? I paused for a moment before pinching my nose bridge, exhaling slowly. I'm just... Sorry. It's been a long day. I should be thanking you. If it helps, it's, a skin condition? Okay. A skin condition, right. Could you explain the ears and the mushroom-like horns too? Is that also the skin condition? Is that what humans call them? The way they said it didn't sound confident. And the ears? Jin Helix? Right, okay. And I assume the little... I wave vaguely at their horns? Antenna? Those things are just cosplay to complete the look? Would that make a convincing argument? Oh, I love them so much. Holy crap. They are killing me. Don't do this. I squinted. Maybe? I mean, if they want me just to assume it's cosplay to make the situation better, I'll do that. Then, yeah, it's cosplay. Still doesn't explain everything. Mychael huffed a nervous laugh. Listen, I'm just a guy living by himself in the woods. You don't need to worry yourself further than that. Okay? Is that a radio? Oh shit! Something in his tone compelled you not to question his existence anymore. Well, looky here. He's just some guy living in the woods. Completely normal. Right. Completely... The damn smile he gives me after just... The damn smile they gave me after just mind controlling me to forget this and just think they're a human, regular person. Like, yo, be for real. That is so funny though. So they can 100% use this on me in other situations, and I so look forward to those. I'm Lottie. Mychael beamed. Nice to meet you, Lottie. I fiddled with the blankets as Mychael scooted closer from the edge of the bed. I know I already asked, but how are you feeling? Any aches, sores, nausea? Intrusive thoughts, weird impulses, a fever maybe? I don't... He placed his hand on my forehead before I could react. His hands were calloused, quickly retracting as he gave a thoughtful hum. You seem to be lucid, and that's a good sign. Great? He hummed absently, his twitching ear reminding me of a perturbed cat. Cat. My cat! Oh shoot! Sorry if this is out of nowhere, but have you seen a cat around these parts? His name's Jojo. I am just remembering when Mychael with the wife found us passed out among the mushrooms. We found Jojo's collar there, and when they approached us, it was like, oh, sorry that another animal had to be caught up in the trap. Do not tell me Jojo was caught in the trap and Mychael did something to them. He's a sweet little thing, about this big, skittish, but he can approach strangers if he needs to. I pull out my phone to show pictures of him, only to find it missing from my back pocket. We had a phone, but we didn't use the maps or navigation on it to get out of here. Like, just go to the nearest 7-Eleven. Wait, where is... I have it. See, now I don't trust you. Huh? Your cat. I haven't seen it. That is the face of someone who is guilty. Oh, I see. I slumped against the pillows, rubbing at my temples. He lost his collar, too. Even if anyone finds him, they won't be able to tell where he's from. Microchip your pets if you guys can. Damn it. Mychael stayed quiet, watching me from his side of the bed. You came all the way out here for a cat? Huh? Of course! To the point where you're willing to run yourself ragged this deep in the forest. For a cat. Do you realize how far you wandered away from the nearest town? We were walking for a few hours, so it probably is a bit far, right? I found you near unconscious, in an area nobody set foot in for years. For a cat. Okay, Michael, I don't think you understand the situation here. For my cats, I will do whatever I need to make sure they are found and safely in my house. There is a point where Jojo got out of the house and I was ready to cry my eyes out, and I got up inside, thankfully. But I will do whatever I can for the safety of my animals. They are not just kitties, they are my babies. He sounded like he was holding himself back for giving me a stern lecture, as if in disbelief at such little regard to my own survival. My cheeks grew heated at how stupid, reckless that sounds. I mean, he's not just a cat, he's my family. I know it was stupid for even trying, but I had to. Michael eased up, shoulders tense as he looked me over from underneath his unruly bangs. Family, huh? He finally tipped his head at me with a smile. You're willing to wander this far for such a small critter? I've met my fair share of lost campers, hunters, and a few runaway teens or two. But someone looking for their pet. You're kind of weird, aren't you? Me? Who are you calling weird? Have you seen yourself? You're cute, but sir, let's be for real here. I sputtered, much to his amusement. Speak for yourself. Who cosplays in the middle? Oh no, there's no shot. Oh wait, I forgot. Mind control, right. He compelled us to just imagine him as a regular guy. That is hilarious. Oh my god. Mychael laughed, a deep, hearty one resonating from his chest. Fair. I think I'm starting to like you, Lottie. Already? Likewise? Question mark? His smile widened, but something about it was off. He was showing too much teeth. It felt like he hadn't talked to someone in a really long time and forgot how to smile the right amount. I rubbed my neck, trying to think of something else to say. Can I ask, how did I get here? Oh, like I said, I found you in the woods not far from here. Oh geez, really? I knew I was tired, but I couldn't have possibly... Huh? I just slept in something important. Familiar pinpricks crept up my skin. Home. I need to go home. So I noticed this before. I didn't say it at first. I was waiting to see if it would happen again. But there are some words that turn into like a purple color. It did it at first when we stepped on the spores and we're slowly passing out. And now it's doing it here. So I'm wondering if this only happens under the spores, what's the word? Influence? Under the spores' influence. Mychael stiffened as he grabbed my shoulder. Never mind that. There he is again! Mind control! You fallen unconscious from heat stroke. Heat stroke? No, that wasn't what happened. Are we fighting it? We're fighting the Yandere mind control! I wasn't. I was fine until then. Mychael shook his head insistently, leaning close. No, Firefly. You weren't fine at all. If I hadn't found you when I did, well, who knows what could have happened. You could have gotten injured or attacked by a wild animal. There's danger in these woods, you know? No, he was right. You had been so foolish and we just believe him. The mind control is so powerful. I don't think I'm ever gonna get away from this man, and that's perfectly fine. I am happy being here. How did you think you could do this on your own? Searching for your cat in the middle of the woods. And to go in without bringing any water. Passing out from heat stroke of all things. How could you have been so stupid? I shook my head, brain too foggy to pick apart my thoughts. He sounded confident, so why should you doubt him? Well, if it means anything, I'm glad you were there. Mychael relaxed, hand on his lap once more. He grinned at me. So am I, Lottie. I'm definitely glad I found you. I didn't realize this before, but his blush is blue. His eyes were hidden fully behind his unruly hair, but I couldn't help feeling how intensely they were fixated onto me as he said that. The hairs on the back of my neck stood. Sure. Without a distraction, I've only just realized how uncomfortable I was still sitting still. The blanket on me was starting to itch, just as a desperate need to get home began to rise in me again. Okay, so I'm trying to get this straight. Purple seems like when maybe I want to go home, and the pink for the you part earlier was when his mind control was happening. This was interesting, but I should really get going now. Wait! My host jumped up from the bed before I could. I mean, you can't. I can't just let you wander around in the woods this late. Please stay a bit longer. But, come. He grabbed my hand and led me across the room. We stepped into the kitchen, a fragrant smell of cooked potatoes and meat hanging in the air. Oh, bro. He's gonna win me over with my stomach, and yeah, I would fold too. Honestly, if a Yandere guy just cooked me a meal, it would be so over for me. They could put whatever they want, their blood, their semen, drugs, sweat, tears, any other bodily fluids, and it's over for me. 2 plates had been set out on a small circular table, complete with utensils and mugs of tea. I wasn't expecting guests today, so the food is nothing fancy. But join me for dinner. There it is again. He looked so hopeful, ears drooping. You'd feel so bad if you had to say no. Damn, let's say yes. Mychael's jaw dropped for a second before he quickly recovered. Yes, of course. Here, come sit. I'll serve up the cottage pie in a minute. Cottage pie? Please, I am begging you. Do not have Mychael feed me my own cat. I sat as instructed, my stomach rumbling something fierce as the smell was the only thing I could focus on. Yes, this was definitely the right choice. What was so important that you had to leave so soon? The outside world can wait. You could stay here and enjoy my company. Oh, actually, I should ask, are you okay with meat for dinner? I can make something else for you if that's not your preference. Wait, that's so sweet of you. Okay, we're fine with... Is this a trick question? No, wait. So if I say yes, is he gonna feed me my own cat? That's what I'm scared of, but Oh, okay. You'll be having the same dinner as me then. Please, I'm just praying that I am not being fed my cat. Mychael pattered about the small kitchen with an almost giddy excitement. He put on a pair of knitted oven mitts, humming, as he stooped down and put out a steaming tray of pie from the wood stove. The smell. It filled out the kitchen in an instant as he brought it to the table, my stomach rumbling louder in response. I'm pretty sure Mychael could hear it, but he just smiled as he served up our portions. He discreetly cut me a bigger piece, which I was grateful for. It looks so good. Are those peas? I don't eat peas, so I'm sorry if I'm gonna just have to plop them one by one and just not eat it. The crust was a nice golden color, streaked with crisp lines and garnish. The meat and veggie filling looked absolutely delectable, the savory sauce leaking onto the plate. My mouth was watering, unsurprising considering the fact I haven't eaten all day. Careful now, it's so hot. It was fair advice, but I didn't wait more than 2 blows before biting into my first forkful. Ugh! It was definitely way too hot to eat straight from the oven. Mychael kept a polite expression, the corner of his mouth lifting as I panted with the piece still in my mouth. He gave me a few seconds to recover, elbow planting on the table. Is it good? I nodded vigorously, even though my buds were burning. I couldn't taste anything. He laughed. It's usually better on the second bite. I slowed down, hand on my mouth as Mychael poked his fork into his own slice. I tentatively blew on the pie to make sure it was cool before taking another bite. He was right. The second bite was a lot better. The seasoned potato crust was nice and crisp on top, cheesy and creamy in the middle. The savory meat filling was well cooked and bursting with flavor. Every bite felt like home. My host watched me enjoy the meal from across the table. Do you like it? Yeah, this tastes amazing, Mychael. Do not tell me what animal you use, though. He flushed from the compliment, rubbing the back of his neck. I'm glad. I like to think of myself as a decent cook, but I've never been able to get anyone else's opinion on that. Do you like baking in particular? Not always. I usually go for simple dishes, with any ingredients available. I nodded amicably, though didn't say much else. I was more focused on scarfing down dinner, which thankfully, Mychael didn't seem to mind. The overall atmosphere was nice and homely, and I could hear Mychael tapping his feet from underneath the table. I guess he was that happy to have someone stay for dinner. It did seem like he lived alone, judging from the surroundings in his cabin. So, I'm kinda curious. He perked up instantly, his focus solely on me. What made you want to live all the way out here? Oh. Well, when you look like me, it's kinda easier to just live out of sight from everyone else. His little lies? Just say this is where you were born. A pang of guilt shot through my chest. I was giving him a hard time about how he looked too. He must have sensed it clear as day on my face. Not that you're one of them. You've actually been nicer than most. Though I wonder if... His smile turned strained. Never mind. My point is, it's better here than anywhere else. Why don't you try the tea, Firefly? He seemed uncomfortable now, easing into a different topic. It's probably best to follow along. Oh, sure. I reached out towards my mug, only to push it off the edge with my clumsy fingers. Oops! I'm so sorry. Please tell me I didn't break the mug. Wait! I bent over the side to grab it, fully expecting it to fall just out of reach and land onto the floor into broken pieces. It never did. Ah! He has a tail? Wait! Instead, a long-green appendage was twisted around the ceramic mug, securely keeping it in place. Not even a drop had fallen out. So, can you mind control your way out of this one? My eyes trailed along the length of it, and so I pinpointed that it came from behind Mychael, the rest of it partially hidden beneath his cardigan. Mychael? Is that yours? Mychael buried his face in his hands, the strange appendage from before lowering to his side, mug in tow. How did I not see that the whole time, though? If he led me into the kitchen, I'm assuming it was maybe wrapped underneath his sweater? I'm sorry, Lottie. I think it's time I was honest. Oh! Was not expecting that! He lifted his head, fingers carding his hair back to reveal his eyes. It's kinda cute, though. I froze as too. No. Multiple pair of irises stared right into mine, before darting to the side and avoiding my gaze. I know it's a lot to take in, but this is who I really am. Please, please don't be scared. Okay. I will remain calm. I swallow audibly, bullying myself not to look away. He seemed to be holding his breath as I gripped the edge of the table. It felt unsettling every time he blinked those eyes in succession, even when he wasn't looking at me. Was it real? It had to be. Everything about him suddenly made so much more sense. The isolation, the avoidant behavior. He looked freaky, yes, but he also looked sad. I swallowed thickly. I'm not scared. Mychael's many pupils blew wide, dilating like an excited wildcat. It sent a shiver up my spine. Okay, maybe just a little bit scared. Sorry. Stop! Duh! The little tin's atmosphere is completely gone. He is too cute. I can't. Honestly, the multiple eyes with the hair slicked back give him a bit more of like a kind of sexy look. With the hair down, it's all cutesy, just want to ruffle his hair like a little puppy. But up, it's like, what does that mean? Your daughter also calls me daddy too? Oh no, that was cringe. Forget I said that. He hastily grabbed an empty plate and hid behind it, shoulders scrunched up despite his stature. Would it help if I just hid it? I could fix my hair like before, if that's what you prefer. His voice was muffled behind the ceramic barrier between us. It was kind of endearing. I slowly reached out to touch his hand, the slight brush of my fingertips making him jump in place. Mychael? Yeah? Can you put that down? He slowly lowered the plate. His eyes were still darted to the side, avoiding me. Can you look at me? Don't look at me like that. Sorry, I can't stop looking. This was so awkward. His hands were shaking. I looked down at the mug still floating next to him, hanging on for dear life. I reached over and plucked it straight out of his grasp. I tentatively took a sip, noticing how Mychael was watching me over the rim of the mug. The taste was mildly spicy, with an almost earthy bite to it. I recognized it instantly as ginger tea. It's almost room temperature, but it's still pretty good. Huh? You wanted me to try the tea, right? I like it, so thank you. Oh, I'm glad. Mychael relaxed back into his seat, following my lead as I picked up my fork once more. The silence didn't last long as Mychael fidgeted. Are you really okay with this? With me? I gave him a once-over, really taking in his features. It's very different than what I'm used to. But I think I can learn to like it. Is that weird to say? I mean, you're not bad to look at. It's actually kind of... Divot. What do I say? Ooh, hold on. Pretty, cool, or hot? Let's just do pretty. You think I'm pretty? Yeah. Are you good? Oh. My point is, your appearance shouldn't matter. You've been nothing but kind to me so far, besides the mind control. I'd be the worst kind of person to judge someone based on how they look. I haven't known you that long, but you seem like a good person. You're fine, Mychael. I smiled at him. We're fine. I see. He fidgeted some more before nodding, smiling a bit. Thanks, Lottie. I'll cherish this moment forever. He beamed at me as he enthusiastically went back to eating his food. That was something. We continued with a bit of small talk, mostly stories about JoJo or snippets from my personal life. Mychael hung on to every word I said, not bothering to elaborate much about himself despite my burning curiosity. I could tell he was extremely insecure about his appearance, so it's probably best I kept my questions to myself for tonight. We cleared up the kitchen in relative silence, Mychael storing away the rest of the pile as I washed the dishes by the sink. Being out here in this remote cabin, I wondered how he had running water. Maybe I'll ask him later. So, thanks for dinner. Thanks for the company. Honestly, he actually is really cute with the eyes out though. I don't know, eyes or no eyes? I think eyes for the win. No, wait, but no eyes is kind of cute too. Damn, that's actually kind of hard. Eyes or no eyes? What do you guys think? And please, take the bed tonight. But... You're my guest, and I'm the host. With the eyes, we actually do see a lot more emotion in him. Take the bed, okay? Alright. I'll be out of your hair first thing in the morning. Mychael got quiet, staring at the floorboards. With his hair out of the way, I could finally read his expressions. He did seem upset. Is that okay? I do need your help, though. I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna get lost again on my own. His tail flicked behind him. Yeah, I'll bring you home tomorrow morning. I heaved a sigh of relief. Thanks, Mychael. I'll see you in the morning. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I do need to go home, though. Good night, Lottie. Good night. He seemed really happy being able to say that. I plopped myself down onto Mychael's bed, getting comfy beneath the blanket. Mychael was gathering some blankets of his own to make a makeshift bed on the floor in front of the fire. He had an impressive collection of knitted items, a comfortable nest forming in the center of the room. My eyes trailed after his tail, now out in the open as it flicked and swayed. Kinda like a cat. I missed JoJo. Now with a full stomach, dozing off came easy. I didn't even realize how tired I was. I listened to the gentle crackling of the fire, my vision darkening. Good night, Lottie. Yeah. Huh? A soft humming invaded my dreams, stirring me awake. Is it already morning? I blinked my eyes open to unfamiliar surroundings, swaddled in a blanket that clearly wasn't mine. Ooh, hold on. Ooh, I think I'm waking up. Is it morning? It is morning. All right. I think I'm actually going to end it right here. All right. That was day 1 of Mushroom Oasis. I am really liking this. The art style, I think, is the cutest thing I have ever seen in a long time. Usually when it comes to like the Yandere characters in the indie visual novels I play, it's like regular, like your standard anime man type of art, or like a sexy monster type of guy. But here, Mychael with the Y is very, very cute. Has that like whimsy to it. I don't know how to properly explain it, but my god, I love his design so much. His nose, his little cute little round nose is so cute and plump. And now with his eyes, I can't tell if I like him with the eyes or the hair covering the eyes more. I don't know how it works, but I know YouTube has little polls, so I'm gonna attempt to put a poll down and I guess like the description or comments, however it works. And you guys tell me, do you enjoy Mychael with his eyes or with his eyes covered up? Or maybe the secret third option, eyes out but hair just pushed back, because my god, that part there, that was actually a bit sexy of him. Oh, but yeah, I really enjoyed that. I'm praying that Mychael did not eat our cat and we didn't just eat JoJo for dinner. That would ruin my mood so much. But I will just have to see what happens. His mind control powers, very interesting. When it happens, the sound effect is like a radio trying to tune into a station, which is something I was not expecting, honestly. I don't know if it's just for effect or if there's a deeper meaning to it. The mind control, is it just an ability his species has? Or does it have something to do more with like the spores around the area, since we stepped into those mushrooms at first? But yeah, a lot of little questions there. He is already obsessed with us. We're like the first person in a long time he's really had a good interaction with. So he's gonna try and cling on to us. He likes that feeling of really being liked for who he is, and I like that for him. I don't think I could ever really leave, but we'll see how this plays out. As I said before, I have left links in my description to the itch.io page and the creator's Tumblr. If you do try out the game, don't forget to comment, let the creators know how much you enjoyed it. I will be doing another video for day 2 and 3. Not sure if they're going to be their own videos or just put them together, but we'll have to see. And don't forget to comment, subscribe, what have you, like this video if you guys enjoyed it. There will be more in the future, and look forward to the very next video. This one's been a long time coming. So thank you all for watching and stopping by. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys all later. Bye bye!